What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a guide on how to get the Graviton Spike hand cannon inside of Edge of Fate. We should say immediately, this quest requires the completion of the main Edge of Fate campaign. After the campaign concludes, we first get access to the quest, and right at the end of the initial quest there is a sort of timed component in that we need to complete the timed event that can occur on Kepler, which is called the Sieve. I don't know exactly how often that actually pops up. And when you look at the timer on the map, you'll notice that with Kepler having all messed up time, the actual countdown will sort of freeze and then skip, speed up and slow down and all kinds of stuff. So I'm not 100% sure how often the Sieve event actually shows up, but we're going to break down the rest of the quest for Graviton Spike, the new hand cannon, which of course has temporal manipulation, where we can swap between fast firing arc mode or slow firing stasis mode, and final blows and precision hits overcharge the opposing mode to enable additional effects. Plus it has temporal anomaly, and while overcharged, each mode expends a portion of overcharge for additional effects on final blows or precision hits. Arc mode calls down lightning strikes, and stasis mode creates an explosion and a formation of stasis crystals. Many of you guys will have seen gameplay of this already, given that it was previewed before Edge of Fate actually dropped. In terms of how to acquire the weapon though, like I said, first step is to complete the campaign. I believe you can do normal or legendary difficulty, but basically finish the story, claim the triumphs in the title, and if you've done the legendary version, that will include a drop of the exotic armor piece. After all of that's completed, go to the Altar of Relativity on Kepler and we'll get the quest Graviton Through the Ages. There are quite a few steps to this and a bit of exploration required on Kepler. Firstly, we have to speak to Lodi, and after that we'll speak to the Emeritus, and they can both be found on the hub on Kepler. Then the step after that requires us to triangulate the location of the weapon piece using the Rosetta device in the outer steps. So if you look at your map, up here at the outer steps we can fast travel. There'll also be a search area indicated on the map itself. You can highlight that to actually track it, which I totally recommend doing. So basically fast travel to the outer steps, track the general area where we can search, and when we get into the middle of the area, you may have to use the map a little bit. On the left-hand side of the rocks, on the left-hand zone of this space, you'll find one of these command modules where we can input the Aeonian code. Whenever we need to input codes into these modules though, it's worth keeping in mind, there'll be nearby enemies, which are Minotaurs, named something Sentry, I forget the name, but you'll spot them pretty easily. Those Minotaurs will always need to be killed in order to access the actual panel, so keep that in mind. Once we do that, it gives us another step to find the Lost Department of External Observations weapon piece within the search area. Again, look at your map. This time there'll be a smaller search circle, but if you highlight it and travel to that general area using the waypoint, here you'll find that there are 3 nodes that we need to charge up using Matter Spark. If you finish the campaign, you should now be able to pull out Matter Spark just like your Sparrow, and you'll find the 3 charge nodes in the nearby vicinity. The first is just over this cliff ledge. When we charge it up, that'll spawn a portal that will cannon us up to the next one, and basically follow the route through the tunnel using Matter Spark, and at the end, in this room, we'll find the next pile that we'll be able to search through for the next weapon piece. After that, we have to return to Caldera and speak to the Emeritus once again, and they'll give us another step to triangulate the location of the weapon piece using the Rosetta device in the gorge. So same as before, if you look at the gorge on the map, there'll be a search area, highlight that, and then fast travel to the assimilated easement. Use the waypoint to get to the general area. You'll also have to use Mattermorph on the way through to open a passage. You'll find these Rosetta Sentry enemies very nearby to the nodes we need to interact with here. But here on the right hand side of this zone, behind this piece of Vex architecture, there'll be another Aeonian command module. So we interact with that, and it again gives us another step to acquire a weapon piece by searching within the search area, which is once again highlighted on the map. So at the waypoint to that, once again travel to the zone, and you'll find again that we'll need to use Matter Spark to do part of that journey at the very least. You'll come out into the open area you can see here, and we actually need to cross over the gap, head through this little passageway on the right hand side. There, we'll be able to pick up Mattermorph, and after that, we need to actually carry Mattermorph back, activate Matter Spark once again, head back through the tunnel, and then we'll be able to use Mattermorph to open this kind of grating in a little side room where we'll be able to search the next pile. After this, we got to go back to Lodi once again, and this time he'll give us an objective to search in an area in Augur's Bethel. So we'll need to use the Curtilish Divide fast travel, set the waypoint to the search area, and again head in that general direction. Once you're very close to the quest icon here, in this room where you'll find a brig and a Minotaur, I think it was, on the left hand side, there's another command module to interact with. We actually got a little bit lost looking for this next one, so we once again fast traveled to Curtilish Divide to start fresh. And if you follow the waypoint that you can see on the screen, this time, as you can see, we'll actually find the entrance to one of the trains. So we need to head through there. And on the other side, we'll immediately find the next search pile. Following this, there's another step to go back to the Emeritus, and then we'll need to collect data fragments from defeated Vex, and more powerful Vex will provide more data. Fortunately, there are actually a ton of Vex that spawn in this hub area on the other side of where all of the vendors and NPCs are, so our team just headed over there and killed Vex every time they spawned. Probably took 5 or 10 minutes. I think you actually need 100 data fragments. And then we'll get to the very final step. This time, it adds another search area in the Central Academy, or the Aeonian Campus, so we can fast travel to Aeonian Campus on the top right of the map. And if you follow the waypoint, eventually you'll get to a door which is locked by lasers, and to open this, we'll need to use a relocator cannon. So if we continue out into the next area, all the way in the corner over here, in this almost kind of silo thing, there'll be Metamorph that we can interact with. If we firstly grab that, then head back out to the sort of middle of the zone, you'll see there's some architecture that we can throw Metamorph at, and it will open up a cage that actually has a relocator cannon in it. From here, head back to the locked door. For whatever reason, I actually couldn't seem to shoot through it because I'm a bad gamer, but my friend Johnny managed to shoot through it first time, and then he'll use the portal behind, and we can go in and search the very final pile. The last step is the one that actually requires the Sieve activity. This is a match-made activity, so if you happen to be completing this quest solo, at this point, you'll be able to just keep your eye on the map for the Sieve to pop up, then complete it with other players, or a pre-made fire team, and that's basically when you'll get the weapon. At the time I'm making this video, I am incredibly tired, and I wanted to get the kind of key bits of this quest wrapped up. So as I wait for potentially over an hour for the Sieve to show back up, I figured I'd show all of the actual important locations to get this quest completed. And that's basically how it's done. So it's a post-campaign quest with one very small bit of time gating at the end, which maybe lasts for a couple of hours at the most. Nonetheless, since it's 3 AM here in the UK, I figured I'd get this video out before I do indeed crash. So I hope this has been helpful. Give us your thoughts on the Graviton Spike when you get it. I should have it shortly after this video actually goes live. If you found it helpful though, a rating really does help me on the channel. Otherwise though, cheers for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.
And I never meant to go into politics. I still don't know what I am now, but I know I'm still me. I want to help. I want to say hello. The heavens aren't raining fire yet. All we can do is pray that 3 bought us the time we need and get to work.
It's back. The hall is back, like it never left. Take a good hard look. 9 touched. They won't let me go. We eat our hearts out trying to help, but things always get worse. That's fate. Long life just means you get a good view of the carnage.
We're not out of the game yet.
Yeah. We're in it. As pawns.
I'll go after him. We will figure this out.
Yes, ma'am. You both know my situation. This is my time now. I want to be of service. Is there a place on Earth for me?
What kind of colleague would I be to leave an agent behind?
Looking for next steps, weapon. I've got intel on something that might interest you. The 9 found something from the old office. Thought you might be interested.